Welcome to the Jointery podcast, a podcast where we study the lives of study the lives of two dads trying to find the balance between the families, hobbies and work. This week on the Jointery, we discover...
I didn't think you had a choice as a kid. Like, you just did what you were told. My kid has opinions. He's like 6 and he's just like, I'm not doing that.
Let's search for the meaning of life as it has never been witnessed before. The Jointery podcast.
Yo!
What's up, man? We are back.
We're back, baby!
Woo. Another week. 41. Can you believe we've done 41 of these? All right, well,
I feel like we're
technically we've only done 40 of them, but we started 41. We started 41.
Wait, we didn't release one podcast?
What are you talking about?
You said we've only done 41, but this is the 41st episode.
No, I said we've only done 40 of them technically. This is the 41st. We haven't finished this one.
Right. Yeah.
This is technically 41, so.
I think without further ado, I think we need to introduce our special guest of the week.
Yeah, we were going to bury the lead here a little bit. I was going to just talk about it for a few minutes and let him just sit there. But I guess we can introduce him. We can bring him on. We can talk to him.
Look, wait, you want me to make him awkwardly sit here for like the next 5 minutes while we talk about bullshit?
No, let's talk with him. He did fly in from wherever he's from, New York or some fancy place.
We're flying in guests now, man. We're big time.
We are big time. We make
them pay for their own flight, but yeah. But you gotta look. But the perk is he gets to sleep over at my house.
Yeah, let's just keep talking about him and not introduce him.
Okay, fine.
What else can we say about him before we talk?
Dude, I want to introduce him how Siri introduces him to me every time he calls me. It's David Meow. 3D DIY Dave is in the house. We have matching hats on. We're ready to go. Your hat's backwards, bro. You can't even represent your own brand.
I like that 5-panel. I like the 5-panel.
I think that, a lot of people have the snapback, and I don't see too many 5-panels. So
yeah, I dig it. Dave, dude, welcome, man. You're hanging out for how many days in Chicago?
4.
I don't know. Wait, what's today? So Thursday. Wait, today Thursday?
Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days.
5 days. Yeah.
4 nights.
5 days, dude. That's dope. And you chose to stay with Luke for all 5 days?
Can I say the F-bomb? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, man. I showed him, we got this whole brand new pull-out couch for him, right? And I was like, this is where you're sleeping. I'm like, it's going to be great. And he's like, I'm not going to sleep with Bubs. Because Bubs is the bunk bed.
Yeah. He's been telling me for weeks that, you're going to sleep on the bunk with Bubs. And I'm like, okay, great. And the whole time I'm like, oh, man, because I snore when I sleep. I just I don't want to keep arguing. I don't want to get him upset. And then and Luke's like, oh, do you want drinks? Should I get you stuff while you come? And I'm like, yeah, I love I'll drink, but the thing is, if I drink, I'll snore even more. And then I'm stressing keeping Bubs up. And then,
see, you got it backwards, bro. Because the way it would go down is that you would roll into that bedroom, let's say 11 o'clock or midnight or whatever, and then Bubs would wake up and then he would try to talk to you for 4 hours.
Yeah, but so when I'm at home, my son sleeps with me, and that's the same way. I'm used to it. I'm like, you want to have a midnight conversation? Let's do it. Let's talk about
how old is your son? How old is your son that's sleeping? 6.
He's 6. Well, we just had a second child, so my wife's with the baby most of the time, and they're sharing a room. The youngest and the oldest, and but they're not ready to be in the same room yet. They'll keep each other up. So temporarily, my oldest is with me in my room, and she's with the youngest. Yeah.
So wait, when he's sleeping in the bed, right?
Yeah.
Is he how is he to sleep with? Is he
he's awful. He'll punch me in the face and kick me in the nuts. When I'll be sleeping and then he'll just the arm will just flap over and just slap me.
Oh.
So we've now put kind of a bolster or whatever in between us.
Like one of those human body pillows?
Yeah, almost we just have a blanket that we rolled up, a weighted blanket. Okay. But so now when he hits me, there's an extra distance. So it like just slaps me on the shoulder or something, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's like there's so many times where I'm like, oh my God, like I thought this kid was gonna blind me in the middle of the night. And
dude, Debbie is a fucking ninja in her sleep. I don't even understand how she does it sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like laying there and out of nowhere I'll get like kicked in the head and I'm like, your feet are way down there. I don't even know how that happened. But like, dude, she is crazy. I'm literally always sleeping with my hands over my face like this just to protect myself.
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I think you're missing an obvious solution. Why don't you just put a helmet with a face mask on? Like a hockey
helmet
mask,
with a face
field
mask.
hockey helmet.
Yeah.
You know?
I even like switched head to foot. I'll go down there, put my head down there, and then I got to worry about the kicks because she's got crazy legs. So then I'm defending in my sleep. It's like full martial arts in there while I'm trying to sleep, dude. Trying to defend here.
Has she always been like that?
Oh yeah, man. If I come in, and this is every night because I usually let her go to bed before me so that she can crash out because I snore as well. I'm a snorer. So like I'll let her go to bed so she can crash out before I come in there. And it's because I'm always up doing things. But if I come in there usually every night, she is like in the middle of the bed first off, and legs are like going opposite directions. Hands are going. I have to move her every night just to get into bed. It's just crazy.
How big is your bed?
We only have a queen. Imagine that.
That's what we.
So my kid goes to bed earlier, and I come in like usually like way later in the night. So I have like this photo series of like I take of my son in bed before I get in, and it's just like him like or like him like upside down with his feet on the pillow, or like him just sleeping on the pillows. And then like it's just for me that I record. I'll show him in the morning. I'm like, this is how I found you. And it's just
dude,
like
you got to make one of those. You got to make one of those books. The little Instagram books with all the photos in it.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious,
dude. So like Ellie sometimes like Bubs is funny. Like sometimes he'll come into our room, but he'll like sleep on a dog bed, right? Like almost underneath the bed. Like I've jumped out of bed before and stepped on him, right? I didn't like stomp him down or anything like that. But Ellie, she'll come in and she'll like snuggle up next to me and I won't even feel it. And I'll wake up to like a flop sweat because she's like 8,000 degrees in my bed. Like, I don't know how someone so little can generate so much heat. Like, it's intense. I can't handle it.
Did you guys ever have a weird, like growing up, did you ever have a weird sleeping thing? Like where you slept in a weird place, you or some sort of weird sleeping habit of any type growing up?
Yes. Should I go first?
Yeah.
So
because I don't have a good story for this one.
So growing up, like I grew up kind of like lower middle class, and we didn't have like air conditioners and like all like it wasn't central heat like cooling.
Yeah.
And we had like AC in certain rooms, and like I would sleep in like the living room with my grandparents, and we would have the AC on in the summer, and so we would sleep on the floor or whatever. But they had this before ACs, like they were old, like they didn't have ACs when they grew up. They had this like jade mattress cover, like literally like it was like a chainmail of jade stones.
Whoa.
And each one was like a quarter or something bigger, and they would lay it out, and you're basically sleeping on rocks. Right?
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
So,
and you're on top of a mattress?
Yeah, or you put blankets on the floor and you sleep.
This is a real thing?
This is a real thing, and it keeps you cold because it's like if you move like
that makes sense.
Yeah, the stones get kind of warm, but then when you move to a new spot, really cold stones. But not even like what's even crazier is that they have a pillow that's just like the jade stone. It's like you're just putting your head on a rock. And surprisingly comfortable.
Holy shit, this is a thing.
Yeah. That's weird.
But it doesn't like when you type in like jade mattress, it doesn't like pop up next, but like one of these things?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They have all different kinds, but that one's like a legit modern one. Like this one, the one they had was like that one like has pattern.
Was it like a bag of rocks?
It was like jade stones with like a hole drilled into it, and it had like string like that or yarn that went through it, and
threaded through.
If you're hearing it, just Google it. Yeah, but like the more modern,
it kind of looks like one of those. Like these ones look like those. Those what the New York taxi cab drivers wear on their seats.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. But like the Chinese also believe that like jade stones have like healing properties to it. It like absorbs all your like negative chi and takes all like your bad mojo and like it's like a filter or something. I don't.
Yeah.
So since you slept on these things growing up, like do you feel like you had a positive childhood?
No, it sucked. It was maybe hot as balls,
Yeah.
And you're like being on this lumpy.
Wait, you're sweating your ass off, sleeping on rocks.
Yeah,
but it was in a room with the air conditioner, but it just didn't work well.
Well, no, it was like half using and half not. I don't know why. Like sometimes they didn't turn it on. Maybe it was like they didn't think it was hot enough, so I had to sleep on this thing. If it was like 100 degrees, they're like, all right, it's worth like turning on the AC for it. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
it's almost like second class citizens, anyways. Right now, like when you were a kid, like kids didn't have any rights.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. You were like you had to prove yourself for decades before like you got minimal respect.
Well, you didn't. You couldn't speak up to your parents, right? Like you said something, you were like. I don't know if you guys were like, you got like the belt or like you got,
No, I was gonna say my dad didn't use a belt. He kept a piece of wood above our door, like the door jamb. It was just wide and just thin enough to sit on the door jamb, and it would just sit there above our door, mine and my brother's, as a reminder. And when we'd get in trouble, he'd send us to our room, and he'd come walking through the door, and in like one motion, he opens the door. And reaches up for that stick all in one motion and comes in, it's just like, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think you had a choice as a kid. Like you just did what you were told. Whereas like my kid has opinions. He's like 6 and he's just like, I'm not doing that.
I mean, my kids,
because I
was gonna say my kids had to do that too, but like some of my, some other kids I've seen them like talking back to their parents or disrespecting their parents, and my kids are with me. Yeah. And like the second I get away from that, I'll pull Ellie or Bubs aside. I'd be like, "You ever try that shit with me? The way that kid talked to their parents, I'm going to focus all of my attention on instead of doing all the woodworking and doing all the working exclusively on making you as stressed as possible." And they're like, "Nope." Oh man, I told Ellie the other day. Like I got her a stopwatch, or a watch. It's just like a little knockoff Casio kind of thing. And I go, when this alarm goes off.
Wait, there's a knockoff Casio?
Well, it's like it's the cheapest brand has a knockoff that's even cheaper.
Okay.
It was like $14 on Amazon. I think the Casio was like 23, and I was like, that's too expensive for my kids. So I give this watch, right? And I said, when the alarm comes off, you have 5 minutes to get home, right? Mm-hmm. Alarm goes off, 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes passes. Oh, no, before I told her, I go, if this alarm comes off and you're not home within 5 minutes, we're going to do time training for 2 straight weeks. And she's like, what's that? I'm like, you don't want to know. You don't want to be a part of that. Like, I'm just telling you right now, it's going to make you miserable and it's going to go way longer than you want.
Yeah.
Dude, she didn't come home for like 10 minutes after. I start walking to the neighbor's house to go get her. She comes out of the house. She makes eye contact with me and sees me walking over there. And she doesn't say shit. She walks in the house. By the time I get back in the house after her, she's with Jackie crying. And she's like, Dad's going to make me do time training for 2 weeks. And I don't know what that is. Like, that's the kind of threats I like to hold over my kids.
You let their imagination take over.
Yeah.
Think of the worst possible thing.
Oh, she's already a doomsday personality. She's like, this is how we're all going to die. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
That's pretty evil.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Like back in the day, your parents would just beat you, right? Yeah. So now, like, I just emotionally traumatize my kids.
Not physical abuse, mental abuse.
Yeah. Non-stop mental abuse.
That's funny.
I fight with Bubs like every day about listening, every day.
The reason I brought it up is because I used to sleep in a weird place. My parents would find me, just like you, Dave, we didn't have central air or central heat in our house growing up in Placentia. We just had one wall air conditioner unit, like a window unit, and then our heater, we just had the one heater in the hallway, that you would turn on and it would heat up the whole house from that one heater. And as a kid, I would go and I'd fall asleep in the hallway right underneath the heater. I would curl up with a blanket and I would just sleep there all night because it was so cold in my room.
I don't know what's sadder, the kid who slept on rocks or the kid who slept in the hallway in front of the heater.
Guys,
My parents.
I mean, I thought we were middle class too, but like I'm now thinking we might have been rich because I had a bed and an air conditioner in the house.
Yeah.
Like, nice.
I mean,
And
we had beds. It just wasn't in the rooms that had the AC.
Oh man.
yeah. I chose not to sleep in my bed, and I had blankets and everything, but it was just something about laying next to that heater. I don't know, and that scared the crap out of my parents too, because like I'd bring my blanket with me, and the pilot light, like right there. So like if my blanket some reason would have tucked up underneath that heater, could have caught fire. I mean, dude, it would have been bad. But
They were concerned about you getting burnt, not the house burning down, right? Like
I don't know.
Burned down the house. He better wish he was dead.
Yeah. Oh man. So hey, why are you in Chicago? Is it just to visit Luke and other makers, or do you have something else going on?
Yeah, so originally I was going to do, the Maker Scan project, and I was going to do a Chicago leg tour and do a maker meetup. And then I asked Luke, and then Alma got involved, and Alma basically just took over and arranged everything and did a great job. I mean, she has the connections, and she asked around, and originally she was like, oh, maybe we'll do something at Rockler, and then she ended up getting, a maker place would be a little bit easier to set up to do scans. And now it's just tons of makers are just coming in to just hang out. And
You can
awesome.
scan people still?
yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
brought my scanner. Yeah.
In that little bag?
Yeah. So, I can't talk about it. the scanner I have is a new scanner, and it's embargoed, and it's actually not out yet.
Ooh.
So they're actually going to
Secret scanner.
Yeah, they're going to announce it Tuesday, but I've had it for 3 months now. But yeah,
Is it better? Can you talk about it compared to the old one?
Can't really talk about it.
Okay, we'll move on.
Yeah.
You can't really talk about it. So you're here to do a maker meetup and do some scanning of people, other fellow makers. That's the idea.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
So, we 3D scan people and then eventually put them up on online for free if no one's heard about this yet. And this is the first time I'm actually venturing out of New York, because I think I just did a couple of meetups in New York scanning people. Oh no, I for the most part, because I scanned a couple of people when I went down to Atlanta, but it was a.
Did you scan anybody? Did you scan anybody at the maker farm?
I did.
Forgetting what she called that.
Yeah, Adrian Hickory Farmstead.
Yeah.
We scanned everyone there. So that was it was 6-7 people. So it was fun.
So, I've spent probably way too much time thinking about what pose I want to stand in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go hands on the hip, hero pose.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good one.
Is that a good one?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if anybody actually decides to 3D print me, I want to be like,
the most interesting scans are the ones that people are in dynamic poses. Stu, Yellow Mug, he had a good one where he had one arm out, he's putting his arm around somebody. So you can print him and you, and he can put his arm around the person.
So wait, what happens if you print the Stu and then you print a Dave Wirt, right? Who's 6 foot whatever.
It just looks like he's wrapping around on the back.
Well, do you gotta make Stu bigger or make Dave smaller so that the arm fits around him?
Yeah.
Is it giant Stu or mini Dave?
So you could.
It would be around his waist. It would be like he put it around his waist. That would be even funnier.
Yeah.
He's got his arm around his waist.
So the scans are actually correct in terms of scale. So if you import it in, you can actually tell how tall people are. It's the exact.
Okay.
But if you obviously if your printer is not big enough, which most of us don't have one that can print a full person, you have to scale them down. But if you scaled everyone down like the same amount, you could see in relation how tall everyone is.
You know what I might do?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I might print me as big as I can on my printer, right? And then maybe poke a little poke in the head or something like that, and put it in my kids' room and tell them that's a camera in there, and I'm watching all the shit that they do. Yeah. I might just because I'm thinking of new ways to fuck with my kids. To be honest with you,
More mental trauma when they grow up.
Yeah.
Hey, could you do a group of people together? Can you scan if there was for example, the photograph from last year's Maker Camp, right, where that Mark Adams took, where you guys were all huddled together. All the people from Clubhouse were all stacked in the room. Yeah. Could you scan that? Them all standing together.
Yeah, I haven't tried, but you probably could. The issue with 3D scanning is that people have to stay still, right?
For how long?
Well, so it depends on. So with the new scanner scans pretty quickly. I can't talk about it, but it scans pretty quickly. I can scan a full person in 2 minutes versus.
Okay. So if I if you scan Ben and me, I could be piggybacking on him. Right, if he could hold me up for 2 minutes without moving.
Oh, that's gotta be hard. That's gotta be hard.
Oh my God. Yeah, but it would be fucking hilarious. Think about it, Ben.
You could try that.
No, that'd be great. I would love that. No, because I was thinking it'd be cool to do that if you could do that this year at Maker Camp. You know, a group photo, and then 3D print that whole group photo. That would be sick as hell to have a group. If it would work, I don't know. I'm not smart like that in how 3D printers work.
That's great. I've never thought about it because I'm always worried about movement. But if people could stay still enough where I could work through left to right, it might actually be fine. Because the other thing is I have to scan not just the front, I have to scan the back, right? So when I move directions, I have to make sure that by the time I get to the back side, that they haven't moved from the front, because people end up swaying front to back, and that can make
Yeah, you would almost have to put rows and leave a walkway in between each one for you to be able to get in behind to scan everybody, which would be, you could do it, could depth of field. It would work with the camera. What I mean? It would still work in the image, but I don't know how it would work with the scan. And then I'm assuming with arms over each other's arms and stuff like that, it's just going to kind of mold those together, right? The print would probably just mold those together, or do you think it would? You
actually see the definition of a fingers separating to whatever they're holding on to.
Okay. I think you should definitely try this year at Maker Camp. I want to see at least one group. I am not going to be there. I have to work, but I'd like to see at least one group scan. I think if possible, I think that would be really, really special.
I'll try to do it.
Can I sit on a stool, right? With my legs splayed out and do with my arms like this, and that way you could print me but remove the stool so I could just be on people's shoulders.
Yes, you could.
I mean, why? Wait, we don't even need to wait till Maker Camp. Do it today.
You can do that now. Yeah,
it'd be hard.
Well, so what I would do is I would scan you on the stool, right, holding that position, and then I would do one where the stool is taken away.
Just in my ass?
And this is your ass, and then combine the two.
Oh.
So that,
How much work would it be to combine my body with my ass?
I mean, I'm sure somebody can do that once the file's up there.
You're not going to do it for me? What kind of friend are you, man? I'm letting you sleep with my son. Just...
Whoa.
Not even in the same room.
Whoa.
Pimping my son out, you perverts.
Man. So, what can we expect from the Luke Dave over the next 3 days? What kind of madness can we expect coming from you guys?
Oh, dude, it's
5 days.
It's funny. So Dave's here for the whatever. It's really, what time are you leaving Sunday?
I'm leaving I think I have a 7:00 flight or something.
In the morning?
No, in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Evening. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that gives us some time to do some shit on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta double check, but I think I leave later in the evening.
Yeah, we'll do some. We got the Maker Camp. I've got a bunch of fun stuff on Friday. We're gonna try to do some film a bunch of reels and stuff, and maybe work on a project together. He's got the thing tomorrow?
So there's a tech fair going on, a convention downtown that the 3D scanning company has a booth at. So I'm going to go there and basically show my face and like talk to them, like, do my client sponsor relation thing.
Wait, are you making like a celebrity appearance?
They invited me, but no, it's not like they're like, oh, Dave's coming. They're like they invited me to meet us because they're a Chinese company, right? So like for them to be like at a booth, I don't know. I think it's like I get to actually physically meet somebody because this whole time has only been like through Zoom or like through emails. You know what I mean? So it's nice to go actually see them and actually see the products, and it's also a tech like convention. So there's like going to be 3D printers and like robot arms and stuff. So that'll be pretty cool to go see. And it's also like
yeah.
Same time I'm here, so it's just
that's awesome.
The 3D printer.
I wish you.
No,
go ahead. Sorry, Luke.
I was just going to talk.
Oh no, I was just going to say.
It's hard with 3 people now, right?
It is. It's a lot more difficult.
So
a threesome.
Yeah,
it's hard in a threesome.
This threesome's awkward.
You never know where to put your hands. Yeah. You never know where to do things. It's awkward.
You gotta show everyone an equal amount of attention.
Yeah, it's awkward.
What were you going to say?
Someone's got to take control.
I'm trying it over here. I'm trying to take control. I'm trying to take control over here.
Take control. Be a man.
I really wish you would have actually 3D printed your face, so when you go there tomorrow, you could actually show show your face. Like that would have been cool.
Dave mask?
As like a Dave mask. You know what I mean? Like,
so I take off.
No, I know, but it would like
face underneath.
You know who did that was the dude from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He went to like a Comic-Con cosplaying as himself.
Yeah, it was freaky. It was weird. Yeah.
He had like a rubber mask.
Oh, Aaron Paul, the dude from
the other guy.
Aaron Paul kid.
No,
the older one.
Oh, Cranston.
Yeah,
Cranston. Yeah,
Bryan Cranston. Oh, okay.
It was so weird.
That's awesome.
It, like fit his head perfectly, but it was slightly bigger.
Yeah,
and he took it off, and it was just like
it was kind of like Mission Impossible, where like they had the masks over the mask, and they start to pull it off, and it looks all creepy.
Yeah,
it was like that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It had to be so uncomfortable to wear, by the way.
But, I mean, that mask was incredible. I mean, like
it was, but how hot was it in there?
I mean, it's like latex over your face. I can't imagine it's breathable.
Have you ever worn a latex mask?
No, it's got to be horrible.
I mean, only in a threesome. I mean,
when else are you going to wear one?
No, I just think it'd be kind of cool to have like 3D printed like Dave face. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be.
I mean, I could.
I think that'd be.
I mean, it's going to be a project I'm going to have to try to do. Maybe Halloween's coming up. Maybe it's a good one to try making.
You know, one Halloween I went as my dad. It was like a party where I knew everybody knew my dad. So I just went as my dad from like the 70s.
Did they know? Were they like nailed it? Or
they were like, "Are you your father?" Because like my dad's very distinctive, right? He wears a lot of tie dye, and he wears a lot of sleeveless shirts. Yeah. So I had a sleeveless tie dye. I shaved it down to a mustache because he used to rock a mustache, and that's when I did the JMO camp. Did I tell you about the JMO camp?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's on the a highlight on my stories on my Insta. Okay. But basically, I ripped out all the guts from a Panasonic camcorder, like the old school with the VHS tapes, right? So I pulled out all the internals and I put in one of those hydro flasks, right?
Yeah.
And where the hole is, where the mic is, I removed the mic.
Yeah.
And I fed out, and it had a little dispenser tube there. Yeah. So, like, you could drink Jameson as you're holding the camera, pretending to film some shit. And that was still to this day one of the drunkest nights I've ever had.
Okay, nice.
I spilled like a third of the bottle too in the backseat of my truck.
That's a good idea. I wonder if you can sneak into.
I'll show it to you later.
You know how people sneak in drinks to a sports game? Like if you had that big like video camera, it's like I'm just bringing it into videotape. You know?
Do some old school filming here.
Yeah. Just had alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's cool is like Luke and I have been talking for like over a year and a half, right, or more, like 2 years now.
Yeah, maybe? Like 2 years.
Yeah, and this is
like almost daily.
Yeah, almost daily, and that was like the first time we're actually physically in person meeting. We never met.
Oh, this is your first time?
It's our first.
Yes.
It's our first.
I didn't realize it was your first time, and we're having a threesome at the same time.
We were literally skipping on the sidewalk together earlier.
It was. It's true.
Holding hands. I'm sure holding hands, skipping.
Oh yeah,
that would be a fun. That would be a funny reel.
Touching.
You guys got You guys got to do the running to each other. Where you know.
And we're gonna have a dinner date later.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna have many meal dates. It's gonna be great.
I
know you're a little jealous, Ben. I know.
I'm a little jealous, Dave. Of anybody on Instagram. I know there's one person I would have lost this job out to. It would have been you, and I know that, and I'm fully aware.
In 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're going to be in LA, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to California. So
No. It's like a month and a half.
But have you guys met in person?
No.
Oh, so you don't have my 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Take that, Ben. Am I getting passed around like everybody gets a turn? Fucking.
I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
I don't really kiss and tell, but
I know.
Oh, fucking Dave. Jesus,
welcome to the
man.
podcast. I'm not going to talk about anything to any fine detail. Yeah, but it's I was very excited picking him up from the airport. And
I can imagine.
I'm like, oh, there he is!
Did you go by yourself, or did you have your family with you?
It was just me. I didn't want to share him with my family.
Well, yeah, I thought you'd be a little embarrassed with the crying and the whimpering and the happy pants.
It was pretty touching.
Jackie didn't even consider going with me once. She was like, "Have fun later."
You guys even have matching colored shirts on, hats on. You guys it's cute.
Yeah. But Dave did get to do a bus stop pickup with me.
Yeah, I'm like experiencing a day in the life of Luke today, which is kind of fun. It's weird because it's just like, you follow him on stories anyway, and you see all of it, but like now it's like you're seeing it, but it's like there's no screen between you and him.
And
everything's mirrored the other way. Like when I came in,
exactly.
Like, I thought this was here and this was there. It's weird. Yeah,
it's just a multiverse.
That is weird.
And like everything, you're in a new reality where everything's backwards.
Right.
That is too funny. I didn't even think about that. That is true. You're probably going to look like really weird to me when I see you the first time. I've always been seeing you one way. You're going to look different. Your good side's going to be on the other side. It's going to look strange.
I'm better looking than I am in person. So
I'm looking forward. Are you? What I'm looking forward to.
I know I'm good looking.
You're more three-dimensional for sure.
I'm looking forward to front porch weather tomorrow with Dave.
He'll be looking forward
to that. What time does that happen?
7:30.
Oh, geez, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh hell! Come on, man. You got to suck it up. You can go back to bed. You're here in Chicago. How great would that be?
You know what? I'll just open the door. We can do front porch weather while he sleeps in the bed behind us.
Oh no. You are welcome to come up, open the door while I'm still sleeping, and be like, "Dave, weather," and I'll go.
Rain report, Dave.
I don't know if I could actually unless I absolutely had to wake you up though.
Yeah.
Like living with Jackie, like I do a real. If I ever have to wake her up, it's like, hey, get up. It's usually when she's passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
Right at night. Like, hey, it's time to go upstairs. And if she doesn't wake up on the first try, I'm like, I'm leaving you.
I'll probably. I woke up pretty early today. I'll probably go to bed early tonight because I'm not home. If I'm home, I'll be up till 1 in the morning. But if you guys are in bed early, I'll probably go to bed early too. So I might be up.
Wait, so
look, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We got 2 days for front porch weather. 2 more days this week for front porch weather. So I mean, you can get up for at least one of them, right?
I can't. I gotta ask permission from LA and Bubs because it's their show. They gotta be
I mean, you saw today, Ellie forced Jackie to come on.
I know. That was hilarious. It was great.
Jackie's like, it's not gonna rain. Why am I here? So, oh man,
Oh man, this is awesome, bro. I'm so glad to have you on, man. It's been we've been talking about bringing you on for a while now, and so it's good to actually have you here. And it worked out perfectly. You being in Chicago, so that I said we should have him on, and Luke's all, yeah, we actually should have him on. That'd be great.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise. I did not expect to be on at all, so it's it's nice.
yeah,
Thanks for having me.
this is fun.
Yeah,
So what else is
man.
going on, dude? What is going on you this week besides
I've been working, like actually working in the garage making stuff, so that's nice. Frankie had his first basketball tryout, or not tryout, but his first introduction to basketball for NJB, which is like the rec league out here. So that was this week. Penny started choir this week, so a lot of things happening here at the Conderosa here this week. But yeah, basketball was cool. Like seeing, like, of course, I don't know, Dave probably doesn't know. Luke, my son's a giant. So he's 6 years old and he's over 4.5 feet tall already at 6.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's
giant.
he showed
He showed me
a
like
big
pictures of it, like Frankie in like next to his classmates.
Yeah.
And he's like a whole head taller than everyone else.
So I have a 6-year-old, but so he's probably like half that size.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. How tall is he?
4.5
Hold on.
feet tall.
All right, so 4.5 feet.
Holy cow!
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So 4.5 feet is what, right here? Yeah. So Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's tall. See, my kid's probably 43 inches. So that's a whole.
Wow.
That's like a whole like 13 inches, 14 inches more.
Oh my God.
I can't do math.
Yeah.
What do you-
So he showed up feeding him whatever he wants to eat. You don't say no to a kid that size because you're afraid he's going to eat your leg off.
How
I'm
tall do you think
6'2"
Ben
and a
is?
half.
6'2", 6'2"
Damn
and
it.
a half. I mean, I can't tell. I mean,
Dude, you know how long I just assumed that we were the same height,
yeah.
right? And then he's like, I'm 6'2" and a half. I'm like, oh. I'm like, wow, you're really tall. And then
It was
I'm
when
like,
we
you're gonna be like tower over me. And then
it was when we
like,
did the boot thing.
Yeah. But then he's like, you should see me next to Trevor. From Madeira, Trevor
Dude.
Davies.
You
know him?
I don't know him now.
Oh, that's cool. So you just need to know he's short.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man.
Because all the big makers, a lot of them are on California.
Oh yeah. Maybe
So-
some water.
It's got to be, or the sun.
The sun. Yeah.
We grow them big out here. We grow them big out here, just like our trees. You know what I mean? We got the redwoods, and he, yeah. So we I remember that day when we found out that you found out how tall he was. We did the boot we were doing that boot thing, the giveaway with Rockerister.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, "What size boots are we doing?" And I was like, "I need size 13." You're all, "Size 13? What the fuck? How tall are you?"
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'9.5".
Okay. Yeah.
We're close to the same height.
Yeah. That's why I never really like you only notice someone's height when they're like way taller than you or way shorter than you, right? When you're kind of like roughly the same, you don't really acknowledge it because it's like
Most of the guys on Instagram, I feel like, are roughly, or at least in our community, I feel like there's not a lot of height. It doesn't seem like. It seems like everybody I talk to is like, everybody's like, oh, I'm 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5. Not a lot of 6-footers in this community. It doesn't seem like
Luke Smith is like 6'4".
yeah, he's tall. He's also like somewhat slim build, so he just seems longer too.
Yeah.
Um,
You think the term "tall drink of water" is that what you're going for?
yeah, real thirsty. Real thirsty. That drink of water.
Oh my God.
So, anyways, we go to the first day of basketball, and I brought up his height, Dave, to preface this whole story. So we get out there, he shows up, and obviously at 6, he's in the line with the kindergartners and the first graders, and again, he's a good foot, a good head and a half taller than everybody that's standing there, and the coach is like, all right, all the first and second graders, or all the kindergartners and first graders over here, second graders and everybody else over here. And Frankie lines up, and two different coaches both told him, "No, son, first and kindergartners over here, second graders." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm in first grade." He had two different coaches tell him, and then it was time to get uniforms, right?
Yeah.
And it was like everybody line up for uniforms, and everybody's like, they were like, "Okay, I'm sorry, but we only have one size," and unfortunately, it's size small.
I was like, he's gonna have like a crop top. It's like it doesn't even pull down past like his belly button.
Dude, he could barely even get it on. The rest of the kids are all rocking it, and it looks like a loose jersey on them, big basketball shorts, like a cool uniform. My son's like trying to slim into this thing, and it's just like, it's like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy, fat guy in a little coat.
So wait, you're gonna have to get him a special order jersey?
Yeah. So they're gonna we had to email the league and ask them to provide him a bigger jersey and a bigger uniform. So hopefully they'll have it for him next Sunday when we go up. But yeah, it was just I felt so bad for the kid,
My kid's the opposite spectrum. Like he's a runt for his age. So when we put him into soccer, they had like the same size uniforms, but his was like when you put it on, it was like the jersey was like down to his knees. And the shorts didn't fit around his stomach. Like we tried rolling it, and then we ended up having to like roll it and like safety pin it for his games. And like his socks, his high socks actually like rolled all the way up to like his hip.
Oh my gosh!
So he was basically wearing like socks pants.
He must look ridiculous.
He was like
he's wearing Sants out there. He's out there wearing Sants.
Well, it's also his shorts were so long that it was like down past like. It was like he was wearing capris.
My God,
he's tiny. He's tiny.
So
do they make? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead, man. I want to hear what you got to say, man.
No, I was just gonna say it's like do his shin guards actually fit him, or do they go up past his knees?
No. Well, we got the right size for his shin guards. Like that, they didn't give him that, but it was like the league only one sizes for all the kids.
Gotcha.
I guess that's cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Bub started soccer, and he had one practice, right? He has one game. He's never played soccer before, right?
Yeah.
Then his second practice, he looks at me and he was like, "I don't want to go."
Ugh.
And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "I didn't think soccer would be so hard." I was like, "What? Did you think like you're this natural athlete that you would just dominate everybody?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought." I'm like, "Oh, I get that. Like, that's what I would think until I met other kids."
Yeah.
Right. But then he went and did a second practice because we forced him to. We're like, "You're not a quitter." And he came back and he was like, everybody couldn't believe that was my first game. Yeah. And he was saying it like they were the way he told it. It was like they were impressed.
Yeah.
But I think he misread the situation. And they were like, "Wait, you never played a game before, right?" And he's like, "No." And they were like, "Wow." And he was like, "Right?"
I know, right?
I mean, his confidence is like peaking right now. He's like, "They couldn't believe I hadn't played before." He's like, "I thought this is too hard for me."
So we all have kids in like sports teams, right? But is there that one kid that you've seen that's either on your team or like another team that you're playing that's like, wow, this kid's going to be like the next LeBron or like he's going to be the next Messi? Like you could tell like all the kids are like struggling, like dribbling, and this kid's like dribbling between his legs and like they'll look passes and stuff at like 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, the kid who stood out on the team for Frankie, he was the shortest kid there, but he was balling out. Like he was doing the little shimmy shakes, and he was shooting at the 10-foot hoop, and he was making it from like out near the free throw line. You know what I mean? Yeah. He wasn't shooting threes or anything, but he was shooting jump shots and making it. And I was like the whole time, I'm like, damn, this kid's got skill. And then the coach at the end of the practice, "All right, Jet, let's go," and walks away. Like it's the coach's son, so it makes sense. He's got an inside lane to the skills. You know what I mean? So
what you're saying so what you're saying is that it's my fault that Bubs has all this false confidence and no skills?
No, I think
That's what I read from that.
it's hard though, like seeing like other dads that are like really want their kids to be like the next sports guy. You know, like
Oh yeah,
when they're playing a game, they're like on the sideline walking back and forth. You know,
yeah.
like I guess they call them like dance moms for for women with
Like cheer moms.
cheer moms, or but like with
Cheer
the
moms,
dads,
yeah.
they're like, dude, wow, you're
Oh, they're the one yelling at the coach during the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like but then like their kid's awesome, right? And then like for me, like I was never really part of any sports growing up. I was in soccer, but I quit. I didn't like it, right? But like I had a kid, I'm like, all right, well he should go through it. And like my kid's playing, but he doesn't like the shoving that comes with soccer. He likes the practice.
Oh,
He doesn't
yeah.
like the games. And then we see like these kids like dominating, and he's just like, eh. And then I'm like seeing the dad, and I'm like, and I'm like, hey, you want to go home? let's both go home. This isn't for us, man. We don't have to do this. You put in a good effort. I tried. Let's go home and make something.
Son, there's a very important phrase that applies to this situation. It's called "Know Your Role."
Yeah.
This isn't our
Yeah,
role.
you're like this big and he's that big. You don't like being shoved by him. You
Yeah.
like Legos at home. I like my woodworking in the garage. Let's go. Like this is a better Saturday when you go home. Like we don't need to do this.
You want to go home and build some stuff? Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Hey, at least he got out there and tried. You know, you gave him.
You tried. We tried.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
It's not for us.
Yeah.
It's not for
Yeah.
us.
You know,
Gotta go
he
dark.
might
Yeah.
change his mind. He might change his mind as he gets older and wants to try
Yeah,
again, maybe.
totally.
But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised Frankie wanted to do sports because he's not like he's big, you know, he's tall, but he's not like super like graceful by any means, or like, you know what I mean, like he's not the best runner, you know what I mean, but he's so tall, you know,
He's living with a 9-year-old's body.
yeah. So he's still getting used to it all. But I was, he's super into like building and Minecraft and those types of things, Legos and stuff like that. So I was really surprised he wanted to do sports. I wasn't really thinking that he was going to want to go that way. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. You know what I mean? He's super young.
So wait, what was his motivation for doing it?
I don't know, dude. Just one day he was just like, Dad, I want to play basketball. I swear, it was just literally out of the blue. He was just like, Dad, I want to play basketball. And I was just like, cool, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like we weren't really pushing him towards anything at that point. You know what I mean? They did Taekwondo, he really enjoyed Taekwondo. He really enjoyed that. And he enjoys the fighting and the punching and the kicking and that type of stuff. But like he's never really showed interest in soccer or baseball or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't even know that.
Was he in school and they were playing basketball and like he just noticed like, hey, I'm like dominating these kids. Like, serious.
He's like holding he can just hold the ball up like this and they can't get to him.
Not today. Yeah. What was the Dikembe Mutombo thing? Not today. Not in my house.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach him that. No. But yeah, no, it's cool though. I mean, it's interesting, like how kids, like right now, we're all in it. We're all in that same boat. They're all trying different things and stuff. Dave, it seems like you've already ruled out sports for yours.
Well. So the thing is, like, you brought up Taekwondo. So he's tried Taekwondo, and his friends. He went to summer camp, and summer camp had karate, and he's like really into karate. And then his friends had ninja parties, like the gymnastics.
Oh, nice.
And he's really into all of that. I'm just like, well, of course you are. You're Asian. Like you're like stereotypical, like gonna go through karate. Like let's do it. Like I did it when I was a kid.
What, do you think he's gonna be good at math too?
Oh no, is this math clubs next or what?
No, he's really good at math, and he's fully reading right now. He's 6, and we read to him every day. And he reads on his own.
Wait. He fully reads like
he fully reads. He reads. He's like I don't know what the levels is, but like we'll do like. He's like we've been reading to him.
Like, does he read books with no pictures?
Yeah, he can do it.
Wow.
Like, we're like at nighttime we're doing like 2 chapters of like books that have like it's like 5 pages of like no pictures, and then it's like an illustration, that kind of thing. And he's like really into I forgot, it's called Ghost Library. It's like a series where like this girl can see ghosts, and they and it's like people get lost. It's like a mystery. Like he's into it. Like he's reading these things, and now we're like trying to find books and stuff. So he's like a really like smart bookworm kid, and he's like doing math. And we had originally held him back a year because he was born on the last day of the year. So we didn't want him to. So he was a New Year's Eve baby. So we didn't want him to be like the youngest kid in the class. So now he's the oldest kid, but he's also like now like past like his current like education if he was in
he should be in third grade now is what you're saying basically.
Yeah, but we're not but like what we're worried about is that he's not gonna like be motivated to
but he when's his birthday?
New Year's Eve.
Oh right. So what year was it?
16, 15.
15. But he's technically in the 16 year. So he's in first grade right now, but he should be in second grade.
Frankie's the same way. Frankie's birthday falls in September, and the cutoff was like August, whatever it is for him. So he had to start the next year. So he's going to be one of the oldest kids in his class. Same thing. He's going to be one of the tall. He's obviously one of the tallest, but he's going to also be one of the oldest. So what we have to worry about, Dave, is at 18.
Yeah,
they don't need our permission anymore. They can just sign themselves out of school. They're like, "Yeah, I went to school today."
Yeah, well, the thing in my like where I live, like you could get your license at 16. So you get learner's permit at 16, and you could get a full license at 17. So he's gonna be like the oldest kid. He's gonna be driving all his friends around. It's like I'm just hoping he's gonna be like the responsible one because they're gonna be like out late partying, drinking, driving, and I don't want him. He's a good kid right now, but I don't know. He might be a total asshole when he's like a teenager. So I just want him to be like responsible. You know what I mean?
Were you a total asshole as a teenager?
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like
you're like one of the nicest dudes I know. How is this possible?
I was a nice guy, but I was like, I was kind of like Ben. Like in the past, you were like a skater dude. Like I had I had mohawks. I had dyed hair. I was actually pretty much living on my own since I was like 15. So like I had no curfew, no nothing, and so I was responsible in that like I didn't let anybody in the school know that I was like basically living on my own because I didn't want to deal with it.
Well, you had like an apartment and a side job?
So I had a house, right, that I grew up in, but my parents like divorced and moved out, and they were like, he's old enough, he could like, be responsible and deal with his own stuff. And I had a job at the.
Wait, they both moved out?
They both moved out.
That's strange for them both to just like and leave you alone.
You have brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister, but she was like she's a half sister, and she was way older. She's like eight years older than me. Okay, and she had her own life going on. But the thing was like for me, it was like I was like at my friend's house all the time anyway. I had a job working at a 1-hour photo place.
Wait, your first job was a 1-hour photo place?
Yeah.
My first job was a photo place.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was 15 too.
Yeah, they had a framing section in the back, and I did the framing stuff. But it wasn't my first job. My first job was working at the public library.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then after the framing place. Oh, actually, no. Before the framing. No, wait. At one point, I had worked at Restoration Hardware. I think it was after the framing place. Yeah, it was after the framing place. I worked
all before you're 18.
The Restoration Hardware was, I think it was 18, 19. And the way I got that job was I guilted the manager of the Restoration Hardware place. So I was like, imagine a skinnier version of me, like half the size, with spiky hair. I had like this, like massive, like choker necklace with the silver balls, and it had like a dice on the end. And I was wearing like a Thrasher t-shirt, and I was in Restoration Hardware, sitting on the sofa with two of my like female friends that were like wearing Jinkos that were like 40 inches around. Yeah, and we were sitting there like loitering in Restoration Hardware, and she came. And she's like, "What are you guys doing?" Like the manager, and she's like, "Oh, we're just like browsing." Like being smart. And then she was like, would you guys have like a job or something to do? And I'm like, well, would you give me a job? And she was like, yes. And I'm like, okay. And then she was like, fine, I'll give you a job. And I'm like, okay. And then like 2 days later, I came in, and then she was like, okay, you gotta wear khakis and a black shirt, and we're like, we'll talk about like other dress codes. And I'm like, okay. So I had like khaki Jenkos that were like really like not as big, but they were still like pretty
Yeah.
big. Or, like
Yeah.
a black T-shirt, and I worked at Restoration Hardware for like a year and a half, and it was like one of the best paying gigs for like an 18-year-old because they were paying like $20 an hour in like 1999 or 2000.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so they put me on like the front door as the greeter, and I remember I would get like dads or like not dads or people who like dudes that just got married, and they had to come and they had like a registry and they just needed to buy shit, and they would be like, you like, let's get in, this is what I need, this and this and this, and I would ring them up and I would get commission on the whole thing, and it was like I did no work, and I would get like $600 for like that guy. Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, and I had to like quit it because I went to college, and I was just like, I can't be like in the.
Wait, if you were living on your own, like, did you know, like, I'm definitely going to college, like, because you're like choker, Jenko, emo rock skater dude.
Yeah,
like,
so I was really into
that's
art.
pretty responsible, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what I wanted, so I was in like when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to go do something in art. I wanted to do photography, so like all my art credits were like A's, right? And I knew I already got early acceptance into SVA at the time. They like saw my portfolio and they're like, you're in. So then like that was already like junior year. So like junior, senior year, all my other classes, I squeaked by. Like I knew the school would accept me if I had this, whatever. So I just like did not do any of my other credits. Like I just like got like C's or B's or whatever. I did not study. I would just like, if they were teaching something, I would do my homework
B's.
and just like submitted it. And tests, I would just like, not care. And then I didn't have parents, so I was just like late night, like stay up as long as I want. And before that, my parents were always like, you can stay out late as long as you want, as long as you make it into class at like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So I could be like out till like 7 in the morning and just roll into school, like not even go home, and they were okay with it. So
were you, when you were like 15 living in this house by yourself, like were you doing your own grocery shopping, and like do you have transportation? Like,
yeah, so I had a car that they left me, and I would just like eat Taco Bell a lot in pizzerias like at Leah's.
Yeah, like it was sending you money, right? Or is it like?
No, I was just like on my own. I was just like doing my thing. Like my parents would be like, "Are you like check in every once in a while? Like, are you all right?" And I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'm fine. Do you need anything?" Like, no. Like I didn't want anything to deal with them. And then, but I was at my friend's house a lot, so my friends would like, let's order pie, I'll eat it, or like their parents made food, and I would hang out with them. And not too many people knew of my situation, just because like only like 2 or 3 friends, because I literally had like an empty house except for like my room was like furnished, and I did like, oh my god, like I think back like all the crazy house parties I could have had, but I just didn't want people to know
Dave.
the situation. I know, but
like, how did you know? How did it? We were
with nothing in there, like what's going on there? And then it'd be.
Like, how did you not put mini ramps? I would have had like mini ramps in every room. I would have built like my own little skate park in that house.
Oh no, I did skate in the house. Like when I had to like go from like the front door to the living room through to the kitchen to get to the fridge, right? But like I didn't do any of that stuff because I didn't want to fuck up the house because I knew they were going to try to sell it. But then also it's just like I guess I was aware enough of my situation that I was just like, I didn't want to draw attention to any of it. I
totally understand that.
I tried to spend as much time away from home, so I wasn't like visible that like this is not normal, right? Like this is dysfunctional kind of thing.
You're doing really well, man.
Thank you.
You could have had an awesome drug problem right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had a good head on my
shoulder. You live like a normal life right now.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So wait, did you ever like young high school Dave when you're living by yourself? Like, did you ever take advantage though? You living home and like bring girls back or anything like that?
I did. Yeah. I'll get into it, but that's why I said there's only a few people that known, and then it was always like kind of like I actually had a side entrance like to my room. That like you didn't have to go through the rest of the house, so you never really saw the rest of the house. So it's like it was okay if I was like sneaking people through the back, up the stairs through my second.
You weren't sneaking. You weren't sneaking people. There was nobody else to catch you. You were just bringing people home.
But it seemed like I was sneaking. You know what I mean? Like they didn't know. You know,
it's kind of like a Home Alone scenario, you know, except high school age.
Yeah.
So do you talk to your parents at all now? Are they still alive? Do you have a relationship with them, or
they're alive? I don't really talk to my mother, and then my father I speak to maybe like 3 times a year. They're not really. They're not really involved in my life at all. Like through college, like I don't want to turn this into like this is like a downer episode if I keep going into it, but it's just like so through college, another phase in my life where so I had I got full scholarship through college, and for my freshman year, and you know, like you're supposed to fill out a form called the FAFSA form, and it's supposed to like just show your parents like tax income. And I asked my dad, I was like, "Listen, you just got to fill this out, send it in. Numbers don't even have to be right, you know, just send it in." And he's like, "Okay," and he never did it, so I lost my scholarship. And so so yeah, I was like, I assumed he just did it, and I just showed up, and he's like, "Your tuition isn't paid for." So my sister like helped me out through like college, like basically through tuition, like helping me with my tuition and everything. But like, she also helped me like with money to like get supplies and stuff. But like, there was a point where like photo supplies are stupid expensive, and I basically had budgeted down to like get everything I needed for photography. But then for food, I had budgeted $20 a week on food. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I had to do that for like a couple of months till I actually found a job. And the job was like helping me like basically with feeding myself. And then my sister was helping me with like rent and school tuition until like I was able to like do all of that.
See, you brought it back to food, which we appreciate here on the jointery podcast.
Yeah.
What was your go-to $20 a week? What were you surviving on?
Yeah.
What was the one thing that you were like, oh, I gotta save this money for this because I want this.
So I'll tell you what my splurges were, and I'll tell you what my plan was for cheap food. So to live off of $20 a week, what you got to do is steal a shit ton of condiments from places. Like if you go somewhere, right? Like take the seasonings, take the condiments, like the ketchups, the mayo, so you don't have to buy it, right? Then I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and they have these grocery stores. They're like almost bodegas, but not a chain. Like these were like the worst grocery stores that they have, and they would sell discounted food that's like 1 or 2 days from expired, right? So like you could buy like a stack of bologna for like 99 cents. You could buy like a loaf of bread for like 50 cents. So you could buy 2 loaves of bread. So like a lot of that was just like condiments on like cold cuts and like whitest white bread you could get. And then there was lots of pasta. So it's just like you know, you could buy 99 cents like a huge thing of pasta, and then you would get some pasta sauce, or you could get do pasta sauce with like ketchup and like seasonings that you get from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So there's tons of starch. And then when I splurged, there was a pizzeria place by college, but it was like back when pizza was like 99 cents. So it was like you would blow like a tenth of your like week's earnings on like a slice of like okay pizza. But it was like the best pizza because you're just like eating like
ketchup and pasta,
like sodium stuff for like a week.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You know, hey Ben, you know what Dave, like one of the first questions Dave asked me when he got in the car? He's like, "Hey, so has Ben ate ramen yet?"
I eat ramen like twice a week. Like it's like a staple in our house because my kids love it. And we have like 2 places by us that make pretty good ramen.
Yeah, I've eaten ramen, like not from a restaurant yet, though. Yeah. I haven't gone to a restaurant and gotten ramen. I've only eaten.
It's like a world's difference. It's like when you're saying like you've eaten like what's that in a cup? Noodles in a cup, right?
Yeah, a couple noodles.
Noodles.
You like you don't know it. Like you didn't grow up eating. Come on. He's like, what's that stuff? What's that stuff in the noodles?
Oh no, I keep forgetting what's there. So the equivalent of that is like bodega $1 sandwiches that you use with
Yeah.
condiments that you stole, or like a whole entire Italian sub that you get from like the best Italian.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna eat ramen. I'm gonna try it. Dave, my man Dave Miller is supposed to be taking me out for a ramen lunch, and I mean, he's like, we're gonna go get ramen. He's like, we'll find a spot. So I haven't eaten it because I'm gonna do that with him. Yeah, I'm excited, and I will. I promise.
Like Japanese, like pork belly, like kashu, they call it, is like delicious. Like it like melts in your mouth. Like you don't even have to chew it. You could like break it up with
So good, dude.
tongue. It's
Dude,
delicious.
it sounds amazing. Like, dude, look, I fully admit that my culinary experience isn't up to where it needs to be, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
So what you're saying is this is all Dave Miller's fault.
No, I'm not blaming Dave. I'm not blaming Dave by any means. It's his fault. I've never eaten ramen. God damn it, Dave.
I feel like like you only have so many days on this planet, right? You need like you're missing out on days that you haven't had ramen.
That's true. I need makeup days.
Yeah.
Like like rain checks. I need ramen checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna change your life, bro. Like once you have it once, you're gonna be like, okay, I could eat that every week.
And the best thing about a ramen place, you could order more noodles after you're done with it. Like what other restaurant be like, I ordered like an entire like spaghetti and meatballs thing, right? But I just want a little more spaghetti. Can you give me I don't want a full plate of spaghetti. Just give me a little bit more spaghetti.
I do not know this move.
Oh no, you don't know. It's called the kedama. So if you go to a ramen place,
the kedama?
Yeah, kedama.
Okay.
I'm probably butchering it, but if you go to a ramen place, you can look at the side menu. It's all the sides that you could get on, but you could order those sides at any point after you've ordered. So you could order a ramen, comes, you eat it, and you're like, you know what? I want another egg, and they could bring you another egg, and you can also get more ramen as long as you have more broth. The only thing they don't do is broth, but anything on that like sides menu you can get. And if you pay attention, they'll say like noodles, like you could get, or you can order it right at the beginning if you know you're hungry. And you know you're going to finish that bowl, you can have like a side of ramens just ready to go to drop back into noodles when you're done and keep eating.
I feel like we should go get ramen.
Okay, I mean I'm in Chicago. I'm down. Whatever.
What are you excited? Wait, okay. What are you excited? Is this the first time you've been to Chicago?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, I've been there numerous times, so I know it a bit. What? Are there any spots that you're excited to eat at? Are there any places that you've talked?
Spots wise?
Okay.
I just like from New York, you have really good pizza, and I know everyone talks about Chicago pizza. And it's like you got to compare the two, but they're two different things.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, not the same.
So like I appreciate a good deep dish. Like I love deep dish. Right?
Really?
From New York? Yeah, I'm from New York, but I love deep dish because I like the crispy bottom, the fluffy bite. Like I love Sicilian slices. I love Sicilian slices, and that's pretty much it.
Have you ever had Detroit style pizza?
No.
Yes.
It's basically like almost like if you took a focaccia bread,
yeah,
and then put a pizza on top of it.
Yeah, that's like a Sicilian, like that we have.
Kinda, yeah.
And maybe not.
Yeah.
Have you had tavern style pizza? The square pizza?
Yeah, that's kind of like a Neapolitan style.
Napolitan.
Oh, that's
Neapolitan.
off the mozzarella.
No, but it's like
That's margarita. Oh yeah, no, this isn't super thick.
Oh, okay.
No, these are you guys are thinking of different types of pizza. Yeah.
I love
the wood. Yeah, of course. I mean, pizza. Have you had a bad pizza? I've had a bad tasting piece of pizza, but like a style of pizza, like I don't know if I've had a bad style of pizza.
Well,
it's all fucking pizza.
Here's an important question here: when you have had bad pizza, did that stop you from continuing to eat it? Have you ever had pizza?
I've stopped.
Really?
I've stopped. I have.
Like after a slice or two, or like
no. So like I've almost always like as a mentality, like growing up and not having money and stuff, and like I'll always finish what I have, right? But there are a few times that I've actually eaten a meal where I'm like, I can't eat this, and it's like once was like a bagel, and one was like a pizza. Like I was like, this is terrible. I'm hungry. I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna go find something else.
It's funny you remember the two things.
Yeah. Because it's like
I did that
bagels and pizza. Like this is not. I can't. This is.
Yeah.
I've had frozen.
I did
bagels
that.
better than this, or like frozen pizzas are pretty good. Some frozen pizzas are pretty good.
Yeah. I've only done that a couple times in my life where I've actually went and paid for something, eaten some of it, and been like, nope, and gotten rid of it. But specifically off the top of my head, I went to Philadelphia for work, and I went to the hotel I was staying at. Across from it had a Jamaican jerk chicken place, and I went and I was like, I love jerk chicken. I've had it numerous times. You know, I like the spicy. You know, I went in and ordered this jerk chicken, and it was goddamn the most spicy goddamn chicken I've ever had in my life. I couldn't finish it. I tried to. I ate like part of it, and I was just like, I just literally cannot do this, and I had to throw it away.
I was like, you couldn't physically do it. I mean, I guess I couldn't physically do that either. I mean, I guess I could have.
You're just so grossed out you couldn't do it.
Yeah. I was grossed out. I couldn't do it, but I could continue eating it. Whereas you couldn't physically finish it.
I mean, I probably could have pushed through it, but it wasn't enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, I like to enjoy my food. I don't like it to be like a. Yeah, I don't. These people who are like try and eat stuff, the hottest stuff possible, just to eat it, just to say they've eaten it.
Yeah,
like that does nothing for me. I'm just like, that is nothing. I have no interest in that.
Yeah.
Oh man, how long have we been going, Ben? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
Ah, man, we could go all night.
I mean, I don't need to wrap it up, but I just assumed you two lovebirds are going to want to go have some fun tonight.
Well, I mean, I am hungry now.
Yeah, I'm like talking about food. I'm like, I could eat some pizza.
Dude, maybe that's
every time.
Or we can do ramen.
Every time we do this podcast, after we're done, I go straight to food.
Well, I was telling Luke on the drive here when he picked me up that last week you guys were talking about Luke's pasta stuff, and I was in the middle of driving home from a 7-hour trip, and I had not eaten anything in 7 hours, and I was hearing you guys talk about food, and I was just like, all I wanted was fettuccine Alfredo, and it was already and the only thing open was Taco Bell, and I had to set up for Taco Bell, and I was like, this is the worst. So like, I'm never listening to this podcast when I'm hungry, and I can't do anything about it.
I'm not used to doing this podcast so late, so now I'm fucking starving. Like,
yeah.
Now
we usually do it like right around lunchtime for me. So like when we get done, I always go eat right afterwards. You know what I mean? Because I'm always hungry right after we're done.
Well, I realized that place, though, that I was thinking about taking you to, it's a chain ramen place.
Okay.
And like, so they came from New York.
Okay.
But instead of moving, like opening one in Chicago, downtown, they moved it to. They did it in Oak Park. It was. Hold on, I'll look it up.
If it's a chain from New York, I might know it. If it's Ippudo or something like that.
Here, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
So, Dave, how many people do you think you're going to get through scanning this weekend at the thing?
Maybe all of them if we have time. I mean, it's the new scanner is pretty quick, and
hey, don't talk about it, man. You're gonna get into trouble.
I know. I'm fairly confident I can move some numbers.
This joint, Caillou Ramen.
Okay, Caillou Ramen. That looks legit. Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, it is legit.
Yeah, it's got 4.5 stars and 109 reviews.
But you could get it at home.
Yeah, I mean so
that's no point in doing that.
We got a lot of.
You got to get a dog. You got to get a dog while you're in Chicago. I don't care from where. You got to get a dog, and you got to get an Italian beef sandwich while you're there.
Yeah,
that's
I would prefer.
Yeah,
that's on the to-do list.
Yeah.
But Dave, you're going to be super jealous. I'm making ribs tomorrow for Ben. Or for Dave.
Yeah.
I got all confused.
Yeah. I requested a barbecued thing of some kind from Luke.
Yeah, and then my wife defrosted the pork belly. So I'm like, I guess I got to do something with that too.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I would think about trying to have you barbecue while you're out here in California, but I don't have the tools for you. I don't have what you need to get it done. And you could probably do it well on my barbecue, but I don't have a smoker. I don't have so
Dude,
I wouldn't want to put you in.
One of our patrons is gonna be like, maybe Dave Miller's gonna be like, I got a barbecue.
I have a barbecue. I just don't have a smoker. You know what I mean?
I can do it on anything.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, dude. Let's wrap this up because I want to eat.
All right, what do you got for a shout out this week?
So this week I want to give a shout out to two people, Jordan from Growler Domestics and Amanda, the Sawdust Woman. Amanda just started working with Jordan, and it's really cool. They've been doing a lot of content together, and they've been working on some really cool furniture projects. So those are my guys.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Dave, you want to go next or you want me to go next? It's up to you.
I'll go. Yeah, I'm going to shout out a patron of you guys and a friend of mine also, Dave Wirt, of Rustic Joy Woodworks. He's been having a really difficult time printing one of the pieces to my full-size Jimmy DiResta build. He's like on like his 17th or 18th failed print.
Oh,
and I think he's ready to give up, but I'm not allowing it to, so I'm like forcing him to keep figuring it out because he needs to like get a 3D print going. Like, so I've been troubleshooting it with him, and I think he's frustrated, and I'm hoping this shout out will make him feel a little bit better and give him newfound energy to make it work.
he does need.
Nice.
He's gonna look like
Nice.
So this chair's hurting my ass.
where are you guys at with that print, by the way? How many pieces are you through? Are you almost done?
So there's 57 pieces. I think all the pieces but like 15 are in my possession.
Okay.
And then like Luke has 2.
Yep.
And then Stu's got 1, and so that's 3 of them. And there's like 4 or 5 that I know that are like in the post right now. And then there's like 3 or 4 that I don't really understand where they're at. So yeah,
I like that one of them he gave me is his hand like by his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've held hands with Jimmy DiResta.
yeah. I'm curious. Like, I can't wait to see it all put together, dude. That's going to be
It's
so
going to
epic.
look ridiculous.
And
I mean, I've been seeing all the pieces that come in, and I'm like, just like. I mean, I've been working really hard at like arranging all of it and organizing it, and coming in, it's really, really cool.
So are you going to ship them all?
No.
Or are you going to bring them all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm driving up. So
are you going to bring it like in a big duffel bag, like a dead body?
It is in a huge box right now. It's in like a 20 by 20 by like 4 foot big box. So I'm just going to package it all in there, and then some extra pieces don't fit in there, and I'm just going to bring it up. And then I'm going to like somehow, it's really heavy. It's like 50, 60 pounds worth of plastic at least.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm going to like, just like drag it to one of the park benches when we're at Maker Camp. And then Starbond is going to try to sponsor it and give us some glue. So we're going to, just assemble it there and then have it there.
Have you worked it out yet?
We're in the middle of talking through it. They're interested. We're just not, because I wanted to try to get them to, give me extra glue so I could like give it out to people who are going, and then like make it into like a sponsored thing and then advertise it, or like give me a T-shirt. Like I want to get them involved somehow. Yeah. And I also ran it by the people at Maker Camp, and they're like, yeah, totally. So
cool.
Who are you talking to? Rose, Kukiki, Dan, Jim, Sarah. I've talked to like 25 different people.
Yeah.
At Starbond.
Yeah, there's multiple people in one account that reply back, so I never exactly know who it is I'm talking to.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so that's awesome, man.
I'm so excited that I'm going. That's the real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with Alma, right?
I know, it's gonna be awesome.
Did you know that we had an RV and a tree landed on it, and we had to get a second RV.
Oh no! So it was Alma's RV. So you guys are actually getting
no, we didn't. She did. No. We're having somebody deliver it.
Oh, okay.
I think we're riding in her Prius.
Oh, you're gonna drive there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm going road trip Alma.
Okay. All right.
We're about to get wild.
Dude, it's gonna be epic.
Few months from it's gonna be bananas. So
I told him he needs to get Dave. They need to have matching outfits. So when they're car tripping together, they can be in matching outfits.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
We already got matching outfits.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I've been trying to talk her into us doing tracksuits. So,
oh my god!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tracksuits would be sick with you guys' faces on the back.
Well, I have like
with your faces on the back.
One.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh,
dude, tracksuits with your faces on the back would just be epic.
Oh,
you know what I mean, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Who's
All
your
right, my shout out this week goes out to DIY for a Cure. You thought I was shouting you out, you son of a bitch. Not you.
You dirty pirate.
DIY DIY for a Cure. They're a great account, and they're what they're doing is they're trying to raise awareness for childhood cancer and whatnot. So go out there, check them out, support them. They're doing raffles this month in September with a bunch of different makers. They're all raffling stuff to raise money and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I know Dave Miller's doing it. Nathan Logsden's doing it. I don't know who. Do you guys know anybody else off the top of your head that's doing it?
Grant from Dad Crafted is doing it.
Yep.
You said Nathan.
There's a bunch of people doing it.
Hadil from Four River Studios doing one.
Yep.
So a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, so go check that out this month. Everybody's really getting behind it and supporting it.
Dave's sitting there checking his fucking phone, right? And he's looking at his Instagram notifications. And it's like, follow. Like, you're a fucking asshole, man.
I'm trying to find names. Luke's being thirsty on my followers.
Son of a bitch. I want to check my follower envy. Like 200 followers while we're sitting here.
You have more followers than both of us right now.
Exactly. Combined.
Like, I'll get some luck. Jesus.
So anyways, check out DIY for a Cure. Go check them out and support them. And yeah, that's my shout outs of the week. Week.
All right. Let me blow through these. What are you watching videos now? You know we're in a podcast, right?
I know it's automatic. Sorry.
It's automatic. It's not automatic.
It was.
I know how Instagram works. Kid, I'm not your dad or fucking uncle or some shit. I'd be more of an uncle figure, but no.
Wrap it up.
All right. So we got Kyle Foot for the Footwork Woodworks. Matthew Gerard from the Wooden Mustache. Lee Oman from Regal Street. We got Big Mike Holmes from Broken Lad Woodworks. Dave One Grit Wirt from the Rustic Joy Woodworks, who's having some printer issues, and I'm not going to make fun of him because I'm a good person. My mom, please Gelman. Dave the Thriller Miller, who is David Letterman's beard coach. Billy Estes from the Simple... You all right there? You know, I can't see you while I'm reading these.
David Letterman's beard coach. I'm dying over here. Anyways, go on.
You know how much pressure I'm under to find new beard jokes every week? Billy Estes from the Simple Wood Wood Co. Every time I see that guy on camera, I realize I need to hit the gym more. Corey Stanley from Odyssey_Stan. The unofficial lube of the podcast, Bumble Shoots. You get stung.
Stung Warrior.
Oh, man. What did Alan change his account name to? Didn't
he ACC_creates.
Well, yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
We'll figure it out. The Collingwood Canoe Company, Grant from Dad Crafted, who I'm excited to meet this weekend as well.
Yeah.
I bought 2 of his corner arts. I got a Hulk one and a Spider-Man one.
Those. He's been killing it on those.
Oh God, he's so nervous about trying to sell them because of the licensing. I'm like, just do it until you get the cease and desist.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
Yeah. Yep.
Ryder from Ryder's Custom Creations. Jason Sullivan from JM Sullivan Woodworks, and Kamani Van Strayhorn from Van Strayhorn Designs. Still not using that.
Yeah.
And the guy who Dave doesn't know is still not on Patreon. Trevor Davies. So
there you go.
Yeah. Thanks for nothing, Trevor.
Thank you to everybody who is a Patreon. We really appreciate you guys supporting this podcast and showing us some love. We really do appreciate it. If you want to be a patron, at the bottom of every episode, there's a link. Click on it, and you can go there and select where you want to support us at. And, we really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Quickly, Luke, before you go eat, we do have a review that I want to talk about, and it's from August 26th, 2022. We're a little behind. This is labeled, it's 5 stars, by the way, labeled Dad Jokes Wanted. The very nice review. Starts out, nailed it. Love the podcast. Enjoy hearing your stories and how you navigate fatherhood and being an entrepreneur. But seriously, you would think 2 dads might open each episode with some dad jokes. I hope this review drills it in. We want dad jokes. If you saw this, holla at your boy. Pineland.elite.woodworking. So thank you so much, Pineland Elite Woodworking. Appreciate you.
Reach out to me. I think that dude reached out to me on Insta. So, yeah, cool.
Well, we'll work on our dad jokes. We'll work on our dad jokes, and we'll see what we can do for you. Maybe we'll make that a segment, dad joke segment. Anyways, thank you guys again
wait,
for
one
being
more thing.
here. Go ahead.
Wait, one more thing, bro. The Jointery meetup at Surf Prep headquarters, October 23rd in, where's that name of that place in California?
Lake Elsinore, California.
That's the one. Yep. You should come
Be there.
Okay, we'll talk.
Come on,
Yeah.
Dave. Make a flight out, from New York, coming out with us, scan some people,
Yeah.
You got to Surf Prep, Sander.
My wife would kill me if I went to California without her. So.
Does she listen to podcasts that you appear on?
I hope not.
Dude, if she listens to this podcast, she'd be like, why are you friends with these idiots? And you'd be like, because they're idiots.
All right, so October 23rd, West Coast Maker Meetup, hosted by the Jointery Podcast, sponsored by Surf Prep Sanding. It's going to be at their location in Lake Elsinore. It's going to be a daytime lunch thing, 12 to 2-ish. All you got to do is to show up, be there. Anybody can show up. Any maker. Oh, look at, he's repping Surf Prep right there.
Yeah.
The man, Dave. You're the man.
You know what's funny?
I didn't plan this at all. No.
Ben's first podcast was our podcast.
Yeah.
Right? He's been on some since then. And then his first Maker Meetup is going to be our Maker Meetup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. You got to make things happen. You want them to happen, you got to make them happen, Dave. It's just a tip for you, in case you're wondering.
Somebody said that.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Somebody said that.
Whoa.
Somebody said
I'm
that.
fucking hungry. Let's wrap this shit up.
All right, wrap it up.
All right, take it away, Tim. Balls, balls, balls. Can't say that without laughing.
Bye.
You want to say balls, balls, balls?
Balls, balls, balls.
Oh man.
Thanks, Dave. We love you, man.
This has been a ConMan creative production. Text us anytime at 908 768 2664 or send us a message on our Instagram, thejointery podcast. You can find Ben at Condorosa Creations or Luke at Luke in the Garage, everywhere that social media is sold. That's garage, not garage. Say it properly.